Good morning, students. So, the lecture number 14 from Introduction to Main. We have started the chapter number 2, that is Control Materials of Mains. So, myself, Madhuri Mui, working as Assistant Professor in Department of Electronics and Telecommunication, Sharar Institute of Technology, College of Engineering. So, in chapter number 2, up to this session, we have covered substrate and wafers, substrates and wafers. That is means definition of substrate, definition of wafer, then active substrate materials. Then in that silicon, we have covered the crystalline structure. We have seen silicon wafer manufacturing process. We have seen. Then we have started the types of silicon. So from that single crystal silicon we have seen. So up to this we have covered in a last session. So next session, in this session, next point, that is polycrystalline silicon. So these are the types of the active substrate material. So polycrystalline silicon, let us see. The most common material system for the fabrication of surface micromachined mains devices utilizes polycrystalline Si. So we can say polysilicon as the primary structural material, that is SiO2 as the sacrificial material, and SHN4 for electrical isolation of device structures. So polycrystalline silicon is also known as the polysilicon, which is used in fabrication of surface micromachining. So under that surface micromachining, that the sacrificial material, that SiO2 or the SHN4 is used. So heavy reliance on this material system stems in part from the fact that these three materials find uses in the fabrication of ICs, and as a result film can be doped during or after film deposition, and etching technology are readily and widely available. So if you see this polysilicon material, then there are three facts of this material: find uses of fabrications of IC, as well as the film deposition and etching technology. So readily and widely available for the polysilicon polycrystalline silicon. Then, like single crystal Si, that already we have discussed, that single crystal Si, polysilicon can be doped using standard IC processing techniques. Okay, so how that the polysilicon is formed, the doped using standard IC processing technique. So SiO2 can be grown or deposited over a broad temperature range, that is 200 to 150 degrees Celsius, to meet various process and material requirements. Okay, so to grow that the SiO2 200 to 1150 degrees Celsius temperature range will require, which will meet to process that material. So these are some polysilicon micromachined devices in computer electronics. So see here, this is Y controller and motion plus. So here this shown that polysilicon MEMS B here is shown. So the acceleration from the both the sides, and here that the working of that the acceleration. Okay, so this is nothing but the remote, that is motion plus controller. Then here in iPhone, iPad and iPod touch products, you see here this. Okay, so in this is triaxial accelerometer and gyroscopes are used in this our smartphones or iPhones or in a Titan. So ring shaped 2-axis accelerometer is used here. So which will go left, right, up and down for that. So anchored silicon beam in an electric field between two capacitor plates, that is SI beam, bends with the acceleration. So these two capacitive plates. Then, so acceleration changes the electrical field translated into motion on the screen. So motion plus sin, rotational movements measure x, that is speed, y, that is roll, and z is the yaw. Okay. So in this remote also, according to this, that the uh, distance between the capacitance changes, electric field is going to be changed. So acceleration changes the electric field, translate into the motion on the screen. Okay. So this principle is used in a remote. Okay, so now we have the remote for TV, for that set-top box. Okay, as well as in nowadays that the automatic home appliances, that is work, that the light as well as the fan. So, so these accelerations are according to that capacitance value changes, that the it will translate into the electrical signal and it will change the motion on that the screen. So means we are going to change the channels on that the TV, as well as by using that the remote we are going to switch from one channel to the another channel. As well as in a smartphone also there are number of applications, but in a nowadays that the iPod touch product or touch screen, we are touching that the screen or that the particular app, and according to that it will be open and then functioning like that. So to handle this, that the touch pad will be required, that is triaxial accelerometer as well as and gyroscope, so inbuilt here. So this will move on that the vertically and horizontally XY direction. So you can shift the left side, right side, as well as that the up and down, and as well as you can vertically press here, then that will that application will open. So like this polysilicon micromachine devices is used in a consumer electronics. Then next point is the silicon compounds. So there are three silicon compounds. So silicon nitrate, that is Si3N4, silicon dioxide, that is SiO2, and silicon carbide, that is SiC. Okay, so let us see one by one. So silicon nitrate, that is Si3N4, is a widely used in a mains for electrical isolation. Okay, so Si3N4, that is silicon nitrate, is used for the electrical isolation. So surface passivation, etch masking, and as a mechanical material. Okay, so there are three compounds which are used in a main. So from that, silicon nitride is used as a electrical isolation, surface passivation, etch masking, and the mechanical material. Then two deposition methods are commonly used to deposit that silicon nitrate thin film, that is low pressure chemical vapor deposition, that is LPCVD, and plasma enhanced chemical vapor deposition, that is PECVD. Okay, so silicon nitrate is used for the deposition in a MEMS material. So there are again two types of that the deposition method. Either one can go with the low pressure chemical vapor deposition, that is LPCVD, and plasma enhanced CVD. Then in this silicon nitrate, the LPCVD-SHN4 is commonly used as an insulating layer. Insulating layer to isolate the device structures from the substrate. Okay, So in the previous session we have seen the substrate is nothing but that the which forms that the base, for over that the substrate we can fabricate the structure of that the MEMS device. So substrate and that the structure of that device which is isolate or using that the LPCVD NHS4 doping, that is as a use as a insulating material. So device structure from that the substrate, and from the other device structures, means in a one structure you are going to develop various structures. So to isolate from each other, there is a insulating layer is used, that is SHN4. Then why it is? Because it is a good insulator with resistivity of 10 raised to 16 ohm centimeter, as well as its fill breakdown limit of 10 raised to 7 volt per centimeter. So low trace silicon nitride has been successfully used as a structural material in a surface micromachining process that use polysilicon as a sacrificial material. Okay, so means this type of the silicon compound is used in a low trace silicon nitride. So therefore it is used as a structural material in the surface micromachining process. So there are two types of the micromachining: bulk micromachining and surface micromachining. In that low trace area, silicon nitride is used as a structural material in the surface micromachining process that use polysilicon as the sacrificial material. Then second, silicon dioxide. So silicon dioxide is represented SiO2. So three principal uses of SiO2. Let us see. As a thermal and electrical insulator. So it will the first principle is as a thermal and electric insulator. Then as a mask, what one can use as a mask. So in the etching of silicon substrate, SiO2 has much stronger resistance to most etchant than the silicon. Okay, so at that time it will work as a mask for that the substrate. Then as a sacrificial layer in the surface micromachining. So sacrificial layer, it is nothing but the free or that the there is empty or the space area that we can say as the sacrificial layer. So SiO2 in various device structure, we have seen that the SiO2. So for example, you can take the FET as well as the MOSFET. So in that we know that drain, gate, and so these are three terminals, and in that over that the there is a SiO2 layer. So that SiO2 layer is nothing but the electric insulation formed there. Then let us see the properties of silicon dioxide. So density per gravitation divided by per centimeter cubic, that is 2.27. Then resistivity ohm per centimeter, which is greater than 10 raised to minus 16. Then relative permittivity, that is 3.9. Melting point, that is degree Celsius, that is nearly equal to 1700. So there is a specific heat which is joules per gravity, that is degree Celsius. So it is 1.1. Thermal conductivity, that is watt per centimeter degree Celsius, that is 0.014. Then coefficient of thermal expansion, that is part per milli per degree Celsius, which is 0.5. So these are the properties of the silicon dioxide. Then third is the silicon carbide. So properties and its uses, let us see. That is SC. So dimensional and chemical stability at high temperature. So it is strong resistance to oxidation at very high temperature. So in a very high temperature also it is having strong resistance to oxidation. Then deposited over MEMS components to protect them from extreme temperature. So that MEMS component is protected by the silicon carbide to handle extreme if the environmental extreme temperature is there. The thin SiC film, silicon carbide film, can be patterned by dry etching with aluminium mask. Okay. So second, what is the use? The thin SiC film can be patterned by dry etching with aluminium mask and can be further used as passivation layer, that is protective layer. So it is also used as a protective layer. So silicon carbonate is used to protect the main structure from the outer environment. So in micromachining for the underlying silicon layer, so therefore SiC can resist common etchant such as KOH and HF. So silicon carbide micromachining. So in a main fabrication using SiC as structural material is under development. So on that silicon carbide still the work is going on. So many structures are fabricated and tested at the research level. And silicon carbide offers better tribiological properties than the silicon. So silicon carbide MEMS can be processed on SiO2 or Si substrate. So silicon carbide can be processed on silicon oxide or the silicon substrate using chemical vapor deposition. Substrates and sacrificial materials are etched away from that. Okay. So silicon carbide micromachining is still the fabricated and the tested and it is having better tribological properties than silicon. Here the silicon carbide that is fabrication process. So SiC can be deposited using a liquid. Then disappolatant precursor at 800 to 1000 degrees Celsius with a vapor pressure of 20 millidrop. Means silicon carbide, how it is processed? Using the silicon carbide liquid, which is precursor at the 800 to 1000 degrees Celsius with a vapor pressure of 20 millidrop. So deposition of SiC at 10 to 4 and 10 to 5 torr. So SiC, that is silicon carbide, can be deposited in a polysilicon mode. So it improves wear and chemical resistance. So see here, this is SiC based MEMS resonator. Okay, MEMS resonator. So resonator tuning purpose, this resonator is used. So we have seen in this session 3 silicon materials, that is silicon carbide, silicon dioxide and silicon nitride. Okay, so these are the silicon compounds. Silicon nitride is also used for the electrical isolation. Silicon dioxide is also used as a electrical isolation, and silicon carbide is used to protect that structure from the outer environmental temperature if the temperature is exceed than the whatever amount of that the device will require. So these are the 3 silicon components we have seen in this session. So thank you. So in this session we have seen that the polysilicon as well as the silicon compounds. Thank you.